And the hits just keep coming on day 2 of Origins Game Fair here in Columbus, Ohio. My final interview of the day is with Alex Goldsmith. We're going to talk about a lot of goodness coming from Gray Fox Games.
Some juicy stuff, and not all of it here just yet. Thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me. Most people, usually I come to the booth, they're like, oh no, not you.
Well, we didn't get your picture posted in time, so our staff let you in anyway.
I'll be barred after the interview.
Right, there you go.
So what do you want to start off with? Because there's a lot cooking. Should we talk about like the big thing that I know a lot of people are looking forward to is the Run Fight or Die Reloaded?
Sure. Let's talk about that. Sure. So Run Fight or Die, for folks who don't know, is a game put out by Richard Launius a couple years back. This is one that we have revamped, put on a fresh coat of paint. And not just a fresh coat of paint in terms of the look of things, but also fresh mechanics.
Changed up the game. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. So for folks who don't know, this is kind of King of Tokyo meets zombies. Every turn, you're rolling dice.
Pushing your luck.
You have bat results, which you can take out zombies close to you. Gun results, which you can take out zombies in different zones. You have loot results, which lets you get special items to help you handle the zombie horde. You'll also find followers.
My favorite part of this.
Yeah, because some of those followers will get you victory points no matter what. But some of them are really valuable, will help you battle the zombies, but they don't get you too many victory points.
Right.
Some of them are a pain in the rear end, to use a politer term.
There's like a little old lady, there's like a screamer.
Yeah.
But you get buku victory points if you can get them to the end.
Right, yes. Without them messing up your game too much.
Right.
What we've also changed up for this edition is a location deck. So that location deck, how prepared you are is based on how many of those results you have. Right. One of those results, you get just the bad effect. 2 results, you get the bad effect, then the good effect. 3 results,
it's all good.
All good, baby. All good.
Nice.
Yep. And then through that, there's also a new way to get victory points that are permanent. They can't get killed off like followers can. It's permanent leadership tokens. It's meant to be, you led someone in here, got some good supplies, you get credit for that in the game now.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've overall streamlined the experience. We've given it a nice new look. It's something that if you were a fan of the old game, I think you're really going to enjoy this one still.
We were. We really got a kick. My nephew and his friends, they really, really get a kick out of it.
Yeah. And if you're new to the game, it's going to be something that's a fantastic way to get introduced to it. There's also a solo campaign and a solo mode baked right in there. That should be pretty pleasing for folks who tend to like more of that solitary experience.
Right, exactly. One thing I will point out, too, is that this is not just your run-of-the-mill zombie game.
Right.
It really, really isn't. Because I know a lot of people out there are like, zombie games, come on. It's not, it's family friendly if you think about it with zombies.
Yeah.
But it's a lot different. It's not your typical we're just killing zombies and tower defense kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, it's a first-person perspective. It really kind of gets you into the action. There's some interesting combos that are involved in the game. It's interesting dice play in a game that doesn't have too many mechanics, but still has some interesting strategies.
Yeah, it was super easy to teach to the rest of the gang when we were playing it. So very nice.
And it's even easier to teach now.
Cool. So let's move on. Yep. Another title. How about we talk about Bushido? It's right in front of us.
Ooh.
Bushido, which is a 2-player combat game.
Yep.
It's kind of a dueling game.
Dead right. You got all those right so far.
And it's got some cards in it. It's got some tokens in it.
It's got some dice in it.
It's got some dice, and they're not just 6-siders. They've got like little icons on them.
Yep.
And you'll see the B-roll, of course.
Of course. You have to get good B-roll.
Got to.
Yeah. So you were asking for games
Actually, my B-roll is really like C-roll.
I'll take any kind of roll I can get.
Right.
Croissant?
As long as it's
does a croissant a roll? Does that count? All right. Dinner roll. I'll take dinner roll.
I thought for sure you'd say cinnamon roll.
That would be good, too.
There you go.
I think they're a little overrated, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
All right.
A little too many calories.
You were asking for games that flew a little under the radar, and I think this is the definition of a game that's flown under the radar.
Yes.
Yeah. This is a 2-player dueling game, and it works in 3 phases. You're going to train by drafting cards into your hand, technique cards, from a wide array of different schools: fire school, earth school, wind school, water school. Each of these fights in a slightly different way. You'll draft those and build your strategy as you go. You're going to draft until you have 5 cards in hand. Then you're going to arm. You're going to pick a weapon to go into that duel with, and those weapons complement certain play styles better than others.
Right.
They have different abilities depending on what guard you're in.
Sure.
And then you're going to fight. You're going to fight to the death. First person to whittle the other person down from 12 hit points down to 0 is going to be the winner of the game. You're going to play cards out of your hand, or you're going to change your card and scoop the cards that you've already played back into hand. It's a game that you can't come in with a strategy. You can't come in saying, I'm going to play fire, earth, and nothing's going to stop me.
It's just based on the draft. You're going to go, okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to play this way.
And if you
be on your toes.
And if you get too locked into a set strategy, that can be devastating. You could really have a weapon that doesn't match up well, or you could have a deck that doesn't play well off of each other. It's the kind of game that's going to play differently every time, because the draft is going to be so different every time. That combination of the cards and the weapons.
Right. And there's also an expansion that brings new weapons, new cards. And I should point out, those of you watching, stay tuned for the Daily Dope, because I will actually have an unboxing and reviews for Bushido and its expansion.
Who gave you a copy of that?
Somebody at WizKids. They were just handing them out.
Man.
I didn't realize you had that kind of relationship with them.
It's odd. I guess I shouldn't have given them 10 cases of that before the show.
Especially since it's not their game.
Well, it's fine. We're all friends here. All of us are friends. I'm friends with everyone.
It's friendly competition is how it works. That's how it works.
Yep.
Because I'll be honest, kind of going off topic a little bit.
Yeah.
Those game companies that were not too friendly with other game companies really didn't stick around. They really haven't.
You gotta be nice. You gotta be nice. This is an industry about fun. It's about play, and if you're not going to play well with others,
it's games. It's not brain surgery. I tell people that all the time. It's just having fun.
Yeah, there you go.
Being nice to other people. All right, what else?
The more you know.
Yeah, the more. Yeah, let's get a little star going over.
The other thing we just started demoing today here at the booth, and we've been testing this all Origins long. We're getting it ready for a Kickstarter later this year. It's a game called After the Empire. After the Empire is a worker placement tower defense game.
Okay.
Where you're going to be building up your castle, filling it with folks to defend that castle, and then dealing with an onslaught that's going to happen to all players at the end of each round. So you might get invaders from the north or invaders from the west, invaders from the south, siege towers, and you're trying not to let your castle get sacked, all while building up prestige, glory, gaining riches. That's After the Empire.
Is this a player elimination sort of game? Where it says whoever scores the most victory points after the hordes of attackers are done.
Exactly right. Yep. And it's a game about survival, where you're preparing yourself to, much like a true tower defense game, to save your castle, to protect that castle. Right. But you still want to earn points along the way, so there's that bit of a balancing act between how safe am I going to be? How risky am I going to be? How well defended is this castle going to be? Am I going to build the proper walls? Is this tower going to be effective, or did I waste my time putting this tower here and loading it up with archers? We're facing the wrong direction.
Do I stick my neck out and have it chopped?
Yeah. But we know how to make a good worker placement game. Champions of Midgard.
Yes.
What's that? You never heard of that one? What is this guy doing? Some so-called expert over here.
Explain to me these board games.
What are these six-sided cubes that we're throwing on the table? Yeah.
That's a four-sided die. Why, that just looks like a little triangle to me.
Expert opinions.
So that's going to come later this year to Kickstarter.
Later this year to Kickstarter, yep. And some long-awaited things from Kickstarter are going to be coming out at Gen Con for us. That's going to be a huge show for us. Reavers of Midgard, the sequel to Champions of Midgard. Yep. War of the Worlds, the new wave.
That one I know a lot of folks out there, part of my audience, are really excited about.
That one's just getting done at the factory now. We should have that one making its way across the pond here pretty soon. We're excited about that one as well. 2-player, asymmetric, deck-building game with a map. Fantastic game. And then Run Fighter Die Reloaded, which we were talking about earlier, we'll finally have copies available for sale.
Excellent.
Right around that time. Coming next year, Tsukiyumi. Massive, massive area control game. Most ambitious project we've ever done. So we've got a lot of stuff in the pipe.
It's the heaviest game you've got done too, right?
By a good amount. Yeah, by a good amount.
That's what I had heard through the rumor mill.
I'm a rumor mill now too.
There you go, right.
I should put that on my business card.
Rumor mill.
Yeah.
So, any other titles that you want to talk about, or maybe is there something else flying under the radar? I know you said some people have kind of missed out on Bushido.
Bushido's a big one. City of Gears is one that we'd love to see more. Yeah, I know. You already reviewed it. Your folks should know all about it.
Yeah, so
tell them. Let them know.
I'll be very honest. I was pleasantly surprised.
I'm happy you're pleasantly surprised.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Although that means the expectations were lower in the first place. I don't know about that.
No, I scored it pretty high.
Oh, good. Yeah. No, you liked that game.
Yeah.
I'm happy you did. That's one that's flown a little under the radar as well, but it's such a unique title that we really think it deserves some love.
It really is. And it's another game that's just got tons and tons of replayability built into it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be using every gear every time. and it's very random.
Sure.
Really, really dug it. Really enjoyed that one.
That's the pipeline. You've heard most of what's coming down the pipe. I have no more secrets to share. I have no more rumors to mill.
All right. So, any final words you'd like to share with our audience?
Final words of advice: be kind to others. You know, someone wise once told me.
You are friends with Bruce Bowe. Thank you. You are.
Someone once told me the kindness is helps take the friction out of life. It was on a sign at a Jiffy Lube. I don't know. It was kind of a little weird, but
there you got Jiffy Lube wisdom. Alex Goldsmith, all yours. Thank you very much for taking some time out to talk with me today, Alex.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
You too.
Thanks for watching my Origins Game Fair 2019 coverage. If you'd like to see more convention coverage, click right here. And if you'd like to see a somewhat random video from the Gaming Gang channel, including recordings of the live Monday through Friday episodes of The Daily Dope, click right here. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer. Thank you very much for watching, and please subscribe.